Hello, my beautiful warriors of love. We approach the end of the year. And like I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I said on Instagram and Facebook. Because it's like a reminder to tell you that 2025, yes, it might be here and on the linear calendar. And it might be like this thing that everybody on social media has to remind you that it's a new year, it's a new beginning, it's a new, oh my God, life is going to change now. We're saying goodbye to 2024. And it's like, and you know, you go to like holiday parties or you go to dinners and it's like, what did you learn in 2024? And what are you like bringing into 2025? And, you know, like, it's fine and dandy, right? It's fine. Like, I'm not judging you guys, but obviously I sound like I am, but like, I'm not. To me, though, it's like, it gets a little bit irksome after a while because I say to myself, I'm like, you know, if you're on this journey, you realize that these are just linear. It's not, the years don't matter. The days don't matter, you know? And I'm going to say this because I'll get a response like, well, that's, you're just taking the fun out of life, Sabrina. And it says, why can't we just live the linear world? I'm like, yeah, 100%. I guess you can live the linear world. But the expectations of this new year and that pressure that's put onto a lot of people, like, this is it. I'm going to go on a diet in 2025. I'm going to change my life. My whole life is going to change. This is it. And even if you watch these astrology things, it's like, oh my God, Saturn is moving into Aries and this is it. And I've fallen into this trap many times too in my life, and where I thought, okay, that, you know, when was it? It was like 2022, I think. You know, anyways, I remember it was this big transit and I was like, this is it, the people. And, you know, I think the next day was the next day, you know, like saying it was like the Bethlehem star, you know, we were going to see in the sky. Anyways, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer either, but I'm just trying to, for me, this journey has taught me something, and it's taught me to appreciate every single moment of the day. That's why I don't want to put all these eggs into this transit, into this world, into this, like, why can't we just appreciate every single day? Because every day has been freaking challenging and it's been rewarding at the same time. So my journey has been like taken me down the darkest of holes and into the brightest of lights, skies. But it wasn't because of the moon, and it wasn't because of that it's 2025, and it's not because it was Valentine's Day, it's not because it was Christmas, it's not because of any of that. It's because it's my journey. And I'm clearing like so much. And I'm learning to love myself, and I'm learning to love my higher self, and I'm learning to integrate, and I'm learning to truly live in the very moment. And learn to live in this fabric, you know, learn to love every thread of this fabric of my life, right? Like, seriously. And that's all I just wanted to tell you, actually. And I was, this week's tarot reading is going to be a little different. I pulled out cards that we've learned in the past, which doesn't necessarily mean 2024, and what's coming up for us. So and there's a challenge of what's showing up for us within this new year. Like, if that's how you want to look at it, you can look at it like that, or you can look at it esoterically. You can look at it in a very vast way. But again, I read to you, and you choose how you want to receive the information. And I was going to just do 2 cards, but I pulled out a few more cards yesterday. And yeah, let's just get into this. You know, I want to start changing things up. I was actually going to, I'm going to do guided, like automatic writing messages for all of my Ko-fi members. So you're going to be getting that as an add-on to your readings, which are going to be happening like tomorrow all day. So I can't wait to do that. If you're interested in supporting me, you can join Ko-fi, which is, I have all the links down below. You can support me on a one-off basis or a membership like some of them. It starts at $11.11 up until $144, but you get a lot more. So also, I wanted to big shout out to all of you that have bought my notebooks. and actually left reviews on Amazon. Really helps me. I really appreciate that. And you know, the notebooks are always there. They're really fun. They're interactive. I worked really hard on them to come up with like funny sayings for each and every, tailored to each and every sign. I laughed throughout the creation of these books, and that's just an option for you if you'd like to support me. So let's get into these readings. Again, I'm going to look at, because Sabrina's like, you know, about her crookedness here. And yeah, that's it. Have a happy new year. Enjoy the festivities. Enjoy the family. You know, I can give you a whole bunch of nuggets for 2025, but again, it's like every day, every moment that I'm breathing is a gift, right? And you are a gift too. And you need to know that you're a precious gift on this earth. You came here to help Gaia, and you've done much more than that. And you've provided for and you've helped billions of people all around you, and you need to know that about yourselves, and I pat you on the back. It's far greater than just your families and all of that. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to do a let's talk a little bit more about our stages that we've been through on this journey, so that you can not think you're crazy, and to accept a little bit more the legs of this journey, because it's really not easy. And if anyone tells you otherwise, then they haven't been on this journey yet. So I'll see you in your readings. Happy. Love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Aries, and welcome to this weekly reading, which is the end of December into the beginning of January. And I'm doing something a little different this week, so bear with me. We're going to start with 2 cards for what you're leaving behind. We're going to do a challenge, and then what's coming for you. So what you're leaving behind in 2024 and beyond is the 3 of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The 3 of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Interesting to me, these cards that show up. 3 of Swords is pretty clear. 3 of Swords, you're leaving behind pain, loss, mourning, grieving of old self. Perhaps you've lost someone in your life, and that was devastating to you. There's heartbreak. You know, you may have broken up with partners, friends. You know, a lot of that happened, so that makes sense. The 3 of Swords is you having to release all of this, you know, tears of sadness and depression and all of this, which was super necessary, by the way. And I know it's hard for all of us to understand this, but even people who leave our lives, whether they leave the earth or they just depart from our physical, like if you break up with them, or you no longer see them, or there's ghosting involved, whatever, it's all part of your plan. It's all part of your destiny. It's part of your path, because a lot of us, what happens is we hold on to what feels comfortable or what feels right, but it's actually impeding your path and impeding the journey that you're on. And you know, when you leave them, you're like, ugh, what was I thinking? Why was I hanging on to this friendship? Why was I hanging on to this just because they're a role in my life? Just because they're my daughter, my son, my nephew, my niece, my father, my mother, you know, all the family, sister, brother. These are just roles that they came in, and they were there for a certain period of your time, of your life. And we don't recognize when it's time to leave until we actually get pushed. You know, that your team is like, it's time. So this is the 3 of Swords. And people who have left the earth, it's all chosen as well. And it's all like, we chose to leave at this time. Some of them don't choose, maybe didn't choose and they left earlier, but we still have to honor their journey. So this is what you're leaving behind. And I kind of find interesting the Ace of Wands. You're leaving this behind. meaning the Ace of Wands is you. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Is new projects perhaps that you created this past year or the past 5 years. You know what I'm saying? New friends that you've made. New new jobs that you've taken, new careers that you've started, new schooling. Maybe you guys went into a different field. You chose something else and realized, oh, this is not really what I want to do, right? And this is the thing. So not only Aries, every single sign out there, what happens is you put a lot of money into a situation. You put a lot of money into like a job, a creative project, or it doesn't have to be creative. It could be just a project, or a field of studies, or you put a lot of money into retreats, or you put a lot of money into something, and you realize I really don't need this, and why did I waste all this money, right? That's this, and it kind of broke your heart, maybe, like you were like, oh, I've put so many years and so much time into this, and still I'm not getting anything. And that's the moment. I feel like those are the moments of those aha moments that you get that are like, it's okay that I did this. It wasn't the right thing. I'm going to tell you a little story, about me. I opened a jewelry store back in 1999, actually 2000, actually opened the store, and then I closed in 2010. And I loved it. Obviously I loved my jewelry store, but only last year, or even this year, 2024, did I have a conversation with my higher self that they told me, you were never supposed to open a jewelry store. I was like, what the fuck? And that's why I had so much problems at the end of it. Like problems with the government, problems with the construction. It was like a shit show towards the end of it. And they were like, yeah, we got you out of it. And I was like, but I love jewelry. And they're like, yes, but it wasn't supposed to be that. So this is what I feel like is happening here for you. I'm telling you this story because where we think that it's really the right thing and it's the right fit for us as the human, your soul is like, no. So look back at your life and look back at where you may have left something great, and it was for the best for you. So that is what's happening here for you, and I kind of love it. Your challenge that's coming up for you is trust. Wow. And for a lot of Aries that I know, I could totally attest to this. This is a huge thing for Aries. For fire signs and earth, and a lot of signs, actually, trusting is a big one. Like trusting that someone is actually looking out for them, looking out. Like when I look at these cards, I feel like some of you may have experienced some problems with your relationships, some or where people maybe have directed you towards something and it just didn't work. And now you have a hard time trusting any guidance that comes your way, or trusting any lover that says anything, or anything, right? But ultimately, you are that powerful warrior. You are everything, and you are nothing. But you're everything in the sense that it's not about anybody in your life. Nobody, except if you have children. Those are the extensions of you. Otherwise, it's really not about anyone else. They're all just playing roles in your life. So they came in to teach you a lesson, and now it's time to let go. Trusting, it begins with you. Trust the instinct. Trust that little intuitive hit that comes in. Don't push it away because everybody else is telling you, oh, this is the best thing. Like it doesn't matter what everybody else is saying. So a lot of you had a lot of trauma and a lot of, I almost feel like some of you may have bought homes and realized it's not the right way to go. Some of you you've made some decisions that were impulsive, very fiery. Like you've sold your home, because perhaps it reminds you of a lost loved one, or reminds you of this, and you did it very much impulsively, and then you find yourselves like a little embroiled in all of this, right? And a little bit like feeling hurt about it. Trusting yourself is key here, and knowing that even if you make mistakes, like I did with the store, it is what it is. It's done, over and out. Next, right? Like, we're not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and like, because I love the stores anyway. So, but I knew from the get-go there was hints. Oh my God, I'm speaking French too. Just, okay, but you know that it wasn't going to be right. But I was stubborn. So whenever. Anyways, so let's see what's coming for you. Oh, we already know if you saw the Facebook. What's coming for you is a High Priestess, which I kind of love, which is this intuitive beingness. It's like trusting yourself. Start learning to trust yourself, Aries. What has happened here was part of your journey. It was meant to happen, however heartbreaking it is. To me, I see Aries moving into a knowing that is a little deeper, more insightful than you can imagine with the High Priestess here. It's like really trusting yourself, and here you're not you're going to be very back and forth in 2025 with this trust in reverse as your challenge. And wow, that's really important as we move through this journey, Aries. And I want to see what this card is. Responding, not reacting. Let me get my glasses. The only control we have is in how we respond to the hand we are dealt. Now, responding, not reacting, is something I learned a little bit early on in the journey. Because reacting is, you're ugly. F you. That's reacting. Right? You're ugly. Responding is taking the ugly and ingesting it and saying, oh, they're just a mirror of me and they think they're ugly. So that's why they're saying that I'm ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's really taking the moment to step back and to understand the bigger picture. So I'm kind of loving what this is showing me for you this week, timeless, whenever you want to get this. But this feels to me like a lot of you are letting go some of this. The Three of Swords could also be very harsh words you have spoken against yourself. That you've been really, like you've jumped into these new paths and these new journeys and new projects, new jobs, new relationships, and maybe they haven't really worked out the way you had imagined them to work out. Hence why you're here, where you're like, I don't want to have a new relationship. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this because I'm going to get hurt. But we're not here to, like, the High Priestess is like, you know what to do. So much more than you think you do. You know that when you entered that relationship, it wasn't right. But yet you were stubborn, Aries. And you were like, I got this, I got it at work. This is, instead of really trusting yourself. This is a big thing the humans have. It's like they don't trust themselves. Because everybody else around is like, oh, it's such a perfect relationship. Oh, look, he has money. Oh, she has money. This and look, and it's like, but you're empty inside. So I love the responding and not reacting. To me, it feels like you're here to take a step back with your whole life. Every step that you take right now. Someone tells you you're an asshole. Someone tells you that you're whatever they tell you. To me, I look at them and I laugh now because I'm like, reflection. And I even say it. I said, oh, that reflection sucks. Right? And it's triggering maybe to some people, but we took things too personally, and this is like, I love it. I love these cards that show up for you, Aries. So now it's time for you to move into something really fully believing in you. And really listening to that first instinct. I kind of stress that even more. You know, really listening to that. Like as soon as you're in front of someone, and is it right? No. And listen to it. Because the ego is going to say, of course he's right. Look at him. He's got money. He's got this. He's got that. And then you're lost. And all of it. But I would really like you to focus on this Ace of Wands and what have you started in the past year or two that perhaps maybe doesn't feel right, but you're still moving, continuing on it. That's what's showing up here for me, for you, and you're really moving into discernment. So I brought out the Angel Answers cards to give you an extra little reading at the end, so you could, while I'm shuffling, you can come up with some questions. They're like all over the place answers. Right? They could be yes, they could be no, they could be just advice. And this is a when card, a when answer. So this is the answer. It's not the right time. I hope that this helps you. I hope that you have a beautiful week. And as we move into the new linear year, may you live your life to the fullest every single moment of your life. All right, Aries, I love, love, love you. Check your rising and your moon. A big thank you to Laurie for being an amazing Ko-fi member. Also, if you want to support me, you can join my Ko-fi memberships down below. And also, thank you for buying my notebook. And leave a review on it, please. Also, you can buy my notebooks too. I have Aries. It's tailored just to Aries. So everything about it is all written with Aries in it. Love you. I'll see you next week. Oh, I don't think I'm going to see you next week. But anyways, I'll put out a video for that. Love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Taurus. So if you watch my intros on all the platforms, I'm changing it up this week. I'm doing a what's you're leaving behind and what's coming up for you guys. And even if you listen to my intro here, I talked a little bit about not attaching to the moons and the transits, but I'm still going to talk to you a little bit about a transit two transits that are happening in Taurus this year, which is Jupiter in Taurus until June, because then it goes into Gemini, and then Uranus in Taurus until November of 2025. Why I'm talking Jupiter in Taurus is all about financial abundance, and we've been hearing a lot about that. I don't know if you watch YouTube, other people, astrologers, and it's all about that financial abundance, and I'm like, okay, we've been seeing that for the year, so maybe I am a year behind. a year ahead. Anyways, but it is, Jupiter is that like big picture thinking, is that moving in, finally everything is going to concretize. Everything that you've been putting your heart and soul to, it's going to get there. And the Uranus in Taurus is like you moving into more innovative projects, like you more like technologically advancing yourself. So I find that these two, which are outer planets, which are very big planets. You know, Uranus rules Aquarius and Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and it's like movement planets. So I kind of love that, and I thought I wanted to share that with you. So let's look at what you're leaving behind. And I found we have the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune, which I find very interesting to me, because the Hermit, I completely understand. As a Taurus, I understand that this is all this like deep work that we've been doing, going really deep inside, clearing all that trauma. Let's just start with the Serenity. Doing a lot of that hermit mode, right? Going into the cave, going into or hiding in your apartment or your home or in the closet or whatever it is. It's that feeling of, wow, man, this has been one hell of a ride, right? But it's beautiful, because the Hermit is you learning to find out who you are, you know, learning to love with, oh my God, contact. Learning to fall in love with yourself, which, you know, we tend to not do ever on this journey of life, because we're always so focused on everyone else around us, focus on people pleasing, focus on, you know, like being the best manager, being the best business owner, being the best, and then you lose yourself in all of this. And the Hermit has helped me in this, and I'm sure it has helped you too. And I find this interesting. We're leaving behind the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter in Sagittarius, but we're leaving behind our karma, you know, our destined paths, which is exciting to me, because that means like we're moving into a complete unknown. And are you ready for it? A lot of us have cleared the paths in our lives. A lot of us have done what we needed to do, like, you know, walked away from these long-term friendships, walked away from these long-term relationships, walked away from or set boundaries with family members, you know, or with people in our lives. We've come to the realization of this is the Wheel of Fortune to me. It's like now we're seeing things clearly. We don't need to learn the lessons anymore. Lessons learned. That's these are really like strong cards. This is a Virgo and Sagittarius energy, right? These are like the major arcana in the tarot, which is what the Fool learns as the major life lessons. And this is something that you may feeling right now, you may have felt, or you haven't yet felt, but this is coming up for you. You know, don't put a time frame to how things should happen just because Sabrina's feeling it right now. But this is huge. This is a lot of work that you have worked through. What I'm seeing with the Wheel of Fortune is like you've closed the chapters, you've closed the karmic contracts, you know, the soul contracts, shut, you know, throw them away kind of thing. It's like done, but not through easy work. It's been a lot of inner turmoil, a lot of inner work that is being done here. So your challenge moving into 2025, wow, is the leadership, is Stag Spirit. I freaking love this. I love this because as a Taurus, I've been feeling this, that I know that I need to step up in my leadership role, but it's the challenge. Am I good enough? Can I do this? Am I a good guiding light? You know, do I need to go and cower a little bit more? And some of you might be feeling this within your relationships, with your friends around you, with, you know, even at work, or just in general. You could almost feel it. It's almost palpable, the energy that you need to step it up a bit, Taurus. You know, it's not about you appeasing to everybody around you anymore. It's not about you, you know, like Taurus is a very careful sign, knows, a very intuitive sign, but doesn't want to ruffle feathers. That's the earth signs. Earth signs are very grounded. They rather just stick on their feet on the ground instead of like fly around, right? That's why we have all our different elements. But I feel I want to see, I forgot. Oh, right. What's coming is the 10 of Cups, which is something we haven't seen in a long time, which is this like cohesion of happiness within the family settings, with relationships, new relationships, old relationship. It's like, you know, coming together. If you're a family, it's like bringing you together. It's like, this is the happiest card of the deck, of the the minor arcana. The 10 of Cups is the ultimate fulfillment of life, ultimate family happiness, ultimate love. You know, that 10 is the end of a journey, a beginning of something new. 10 is a 1, which is January. So I almost love this because it's so indicative of the Taurian life. Because it's like, can you just be okay with, it's not okay though, can you step it up a bit? It's time to be the leader. It's time to be the king of the jungle, kind of the queen of the jungle. It's time to step it up there. Be seen, be heard within all your sectors of your life. That's where you'll find true happiness. No more playing small, no more hiding in the cave, no more like having to come up with these karmic contracts anymore. I felt like karma was done like years ago for me, but you know, it's all like everybody's in a different path. So it's no more of this, I like literally feel like you're leveling up with these cards, but owning it. Like you're challenged by leadership. And a lot of Taurians are leaders. A lot of them own companies or managing directors or CFOs, CCC, whatever, all these C-suite things. There are a lot of up there. And even if they're housewives, they're still up there in the home. It's like Taurus takes charge. Taurus doesn't fall behind. Taurus is not some like an energy that is happy with doing something humdrum, which is not a bad thing. I don't want to take away from that either, because I feel like every work, everything has its purpose, right? But Taurus has this like innate they're innate entrepreneurs. I always feel like that. They're the Empress energy, right? They're innately always trying to figure something out. And I'm loving this energy. I think it's beautiful. I feel like you've done the work, and now don't be afraid of stepping up the ladder. Don't, like, fire signs are not afraid of stepping up ladders, right? And showing off. You know, our Taurus would like to take a little step back. But anyways, your final OMG, I forgot about this. Creative power. Release your alchemical energy into the world. Look at this card. It's the Empress card. 12, which is a 3. So it's like move into your Empress like role, your card. Again, whether you're male or female watching, Empress, Emperor, it's all the same. We're all energy. The Empress role is like, to me, this is such a creative energy, and I've been getting this message for the longest time. And I know that I talk a lot about creativity, but she's the epitome of creativity, creative projects. And creativity comes in many forms. It's not like painting and dancing and drawing, and it's not only creative. You could be creative. Creative is thinking a little bit outside the box with your accounting or your bookkeeping, or your engineering, or whatever it is that you're working in. Just not like staying in the structure of the emperor, like moving into a more I always like to call it like the alpha beta way of management. There's the alpha, which is authoritative, and the beta, which is behavioral, right? Which is the Empress energy. It's like nurturing. Listen and listen to everyone around you and work around that. Like, it's gone is the role of dictatorship. We can't work like that anymore. So I don't know. I'm feeling this. Some of you, if you are thinking of getting pregnant, this could be happening for you, and the happy family, everything here suggests that. But again, don't attach to that. It's like everyone has their destiny in their life. So, but I would say with Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus that you are about to launch into something phenomenal, Taurus. So get ready, put your hats on, your feet, tie up those shoelaces, because we're heading into, whether it's it's abundance for sure, whether it's love or health, happiness or financial, it's all here for you. And it's like, and it's funny because my higher self has been warning me. They're like, we're going to let you sleep and go into your cave, but soon you're going to have to go out there. And it's like, no, what do you mean? Resistance, right? No, what do you mean? No, I want to stay in my thing. But this is where we are going to feel fulfilled. This is where like rewards are coming. I mean, I love this energy. It's like you're birthing a new project, you're birthing a new relationship, you're birthing something new. Take the reins when it's being handed to you. Don't walk away from this, Taurus. It's all here. You've like gone through a lot with this. You've had to cut a lot of cords in your life, whether it was 2024 or whether it was 2020. We've had a lot of that's come up in our faces, and now it's not time for you to resist and to like it's time for you to surrender to leadership and move into it with grace and ease and the love of this Empress energy. I'm like blown away by this. Anyway, it's okay. I'm going to give you angel answers. One answer. So think of a question. It could be when. Oh, it's a when. Right? So think of a question you want that's timing, divine timing. So this is the answer. A year from now. So whatever that means for you. Also, don't attach to these answers. This is just getting you ready for whatever is coming your way. But these cards are, I mean, we couldn't have gotten better cards. I'm telling you right now. If you're like thinking of marriage or family, this is the card. The Ten of Cups. If you're thinking of expanding your family, this is, you know, like she's pregnant, right? But it's also if you're thinking of expanding your business or your idea, the creative ideas that you have in your head, this is the year. Because you're being supported by Jupiter in Uranus. You know, you're being supported by God, Source, Created, but you're always being supported. But there are times where you're feeling it, and it's been a bit rough for Taurus for a few years now. And now it's your year. Take advantage. All right, my beautiful Taurians. I'm going to do a big shout out to all of you Ko-fi members, which you are so many, Taurus, I can't even. We have Kinga, Patile, Lynn, Hilde, Nicole, and Alexandra. A big shout out to you. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to support me on a monthly basis like them, you just count. You can click below. Like, share, comment, subscribe, check your rising and your moon, and thank you all to bought my notebooks. You know, they're all tailored to Taurus and each sign. Was really fun. And write a review, please. Thank you. Love you. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye. Or maybe not, but I'll let you know. Okay. Hello, my beautiful Gemini. So this week I'm doing something different. I'm looking at 2 cards of what to leave behind and 2 cards of what's coming up and a challenge, and that's it. And then we're going to do some angel answers as well. So what's you're leaving behind, whether it's 2024 or another year, whatever it is, or right now, we have the 2 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Very interesting. Look at this. The 5 of Swords is an Aquarius energy and the 2 of Wands is Aries. But if you look at them, they both have swords in the ground. So there's if I just start with the 2 of Wands, it's a crossroads. It's indecision. It's like choices that you've had to make this year, last year, 5 years ago. So you're still at that crossroads with the 2 of Wands. It's like some of these choices you haven't actually made yet. You're still there trying to figure it out. Do I, don't I, do I, don't I? And it's like, oh, it's 3 years later. I'm still here. That's a 2 of Wands energy. It's like you're holding yourself back from making that final decision. Why? What is it that's like... I mean, the 5 of Swords could come in and tell me that you are overwhelmed with anxiety or stress, or you have pressure. You know, there's that feeling coming up here. A lot of you are leaving behind, you know, stressful relationships, friendships, energies that have Five of Swords always reminds me of revenge. You know, it's like a vengeful energy. Perhaps you had a really bad breakup, friendship of friends, or just a moving away from them that has plagued your mind. You know, has plagued you, or like, and you were at the Two of Wands and like, oh, I should just stay because, you know, we've been friends for so long, or I should just stay because the relationship, or I should, you know, like that energy, or like could be people, you know, spewing their negative energy onto you as well, and you having to fend them off. But the Five of Swords always feels to me, it's like right before this, you know, like the Six of Swords, she makes a decision, or he makes a decision to get on the boat and leave because it's just too much for them. The Four of Swords, there was this moment of rest, and then still the mind is going. So I feel like your mind has been very unsettled your whole life or this past year, but it was because of some decision that you needed to make, and you're still maybe not 100%, or maybe some of you have made this decision, so kudos if you have. Your challenge is new beginnings. Oh my god, how many times have we seen this card come for you? Like in the past few weeks, actually. You're resisting a new beginning. Oh, this is it. Oh my god, this is everything right here. I just interrupted. So, new beginnings is your challenge, which I find very interesting, because when I see the Two of Wands, that means that you are challenged by making decisions in this past year or beyond. So perhaps that is what is leaving you, and that's freaking awesome if you think about it. But this resistance to starting fresh is also holding you back from taking risks, right? So it's like, I almost feel like, I even said it in the Two of Wands kind of energy. I was like, a lot of you maybe have to book that ticket. You know, you have to quit the job, really do take that chance and move forward with something instead of like always consistently talking about it. You're always like, oh, well, I want to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and then you're just talking. Then it becomes like a failure in your eyes, right? Like, oh my god, I've passed one more year and I just talked about it and I didn't do it. This is big. So what's coming for you is this. Oh, I forgot. You had the Starseed. The Fool card is the taking of the chance. It's moving into something new. It's like trusting the unknown. Stop thinking about what could happen, what shouldn't happen, or maybe it is just, oh, you know, what if, and then what if happens, and then it's like 10 years later and you haven't done anything, and the Starseed is like, hey, first of all, you're a star and a light worker, and you're like here having this human experience, so just trust and let's go. I mean, I love this freaking energy here. Intention, lacking personal direction begets confusion and life as a pawn to someone else's game of chess. Wow. So it's like having a direction, a focus, like, you know, putting intention in your next moves changes everything. Because here it's just a whole bunch of talking and thinking and overthinking and like, should I, shouldn't I, should I do this, should I, oh, you know, and then it's like, I almost feel like with these two cards here, was a point in your life where you were, or it doesn't have to be 2024, it could have been 10 years ago or 5 years ago, and you were like stuck. Should I leave? Should I stay? Should I, no. What are other people going to say? What is it like? It's almost like, you know, you're in a relationship and you're like doing the dance and you're not ready for that new beginning, and you're holding yourself back from starting fresh, you know, and the Starseed and the intention comes up and it's like, oh my God, how else do we start fresh? How else do we move? Get out of your heads, Gemini. Like, you're holding yourself back from your destiny, from your purpose in life by being, and it's like a little fear involved here, a little bit of this indecision is very challenging for you. It's like plagues your mind. And you don't, and you're unable to see clearly almost. Wow. I want you to trust the messages that are coming up. Stop allowing this to cloud you, to keep you small. I almost feel like you're staying small because of it. And you're attaching to that relationship, you're attaching to that job, you're attaching to it, when it's like, oh my God, there's so much more in front of you. Wow. This is a big one for you, and I kind of love that it's here, because it almost speaks to me that it's not because it's 2025 that this is all going to change. It's just right now in your life. You know, go back to a time in your life where you held yourself back from jumping into something because of everyone else around you, because of society, because. And there's always all these becauses. Well, because they said that this should happen to me, and they said that this is better for me, and they said, but what about you? Where are you in all of this? And this is you, the starseed, who knows best, who knows what they need for themselves. Nobody else knows except for you, and it's all in your blueprint. But you have to stop giving like energy to people around you. No one has the ability to change your life except for you. No one has the power to belittle you, to make you something else that you're not. No one. Except for you. And this is where you need to remember. So we have angel answers for you. Think of a question. It could be a divine timing. It could be a yes, no. It could be something else. So think of a question that's kind of open-minded. And I got 2 of them. So I'm going to give you, like, think of 2 questions. Pause the video, think of 2 questions. But they could be the same. Because one is perfect timing. So whatever the question was, it's a big yes kind of thing. And the second is improving health. So what does that mean? What is improving health to you? Does it mean drinking more water? Does it mean going out into nature more? Does it mean walking? Whatever that means for you. Take care of yourself. Listen to yourselves. Listen to your body. It's trying to talk to you at every moment that you feel a pain. Don't go into a linear mindset of like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Just like, when I feel pain in my kidney or something, I'm like, oh, something's moving around. I trust it, and it's gone. So we have a big movement coming here for you, Gemini, and I see you having to move more with more intention. Make choices that are aligned with you and where you need to be in life. Not because of other people, not because you're going to disappoint. You're going to always disappoint. If you rely on others, you will disappoint your peers, you'll disappoint your family, you will disappoint the government, you'll disappoint always everybody, because everybody wants you to follow a certain rule, and you're not here to follow the rules. You're a starseed. So time to take those risks, time to stop holding back from these new beginnings. You're allowing others to control your life, kind of thing. It's not where you need to be right now. So, interesting. I love it. All right, my beautiful Gemini, this is your message. Check your rising and your moon. Also, big thank you to those who have bought notebooks. And leave a review if you do. And check... support me on Ko-fi if you'd like. All right, wow, man, I'm tired. So I don't know if I'm coming on next week, so I'll be leaving you it's an iffy. I think I'm taking off the week of the 5th, so I'm not sure. All right, I love you, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Cancer. We have, I'm doing something different. I'm doing what we're leaving behind and what is coming for you. And you could relate it to 2024. You could see it however you want to see it, but this is what you're needing to leave behind. The first card that you got, which is what I showed in Facebook and Instagram, is the Five of Cups, which I find very important in the sense because Cancer, as an emotional sign that you are, the Five of Cups is a Scorpio energy, and it's all about emotional trauma and emotional, it's a lot of meeting up with your trauma, right? A lot of anxiety that has come up, a lot of questioning your doubts, like things that have made you cry, have made you depressed. You know, you've gone through it all this past year or years. The Five of Cups is that. It's like seeing the glass half empty, seeing the glass half full. Like, and what I like about this card is that there's 4 cups with crystals in them, and there's just 1 cup lying down, if you see it, in this dark forest. Like, it's a little bit ominous, the forest, of course. So it's like even in the darkness, you're able to shine your light. Even when you were being condescended to, when you were feeling lesser than less, even when you were mourning and grieving and you were at a loss, emotional loss, you were, even when you were at the worst of the worst, you still felt a little bit of light there, which is really beautiful. But this is like you saying goodbye to this half glass empty kind of feeling. And also there's the perspective, which is the Hangman energy, the waiting around, the being patient, the holding back and looking and observing. And it's like, no, enough, Cancer, enough, like taking a step, 10 steps back, or even a step back. And now it's time for you to move fully into life. Here, I feel like you've been a little bit skeptical, or you've been a little bit hesitant to jump right in again. I'm going to stay on the sidelines. I'm going to feel my feels, but I'm not really ready to move in fully. Love it. The challenge you're going up against is joy. So it's almost like as soon as you're happy, then all of a sudden you're like, why am I happy? There must be something wrong. I don't know. Like you're almost like doubting your happiness. This is like a huge thing that's showing up here, Cancer. I feel like you never I mean, I know a lot of Cancers that are super happy, but are they truly happy? Because there is a lot of skepticism found in Cancers. There's a lot of like, why am I feeling this way? Like that kind of energy where maybe I'm not that happy, or maybe that something's going to happen now, so I got to be careful. Oh my God, what is up? I love it. It's just I love that it's showing up, because it's like the universe is like, hey, we're bringing you happiness and joy, and then you're questioning it. Then you're finding something wrong in it. You're like, yeah, but you know what? 5 years ago they did this to me, so they're going to do this to me again. And then you've already created a scenario. You've already created your future, let's say. But what's coming is the Chariot, which is you, which is Cancer energy, which is home, which is family. What's coming is success, victory, movement, travel, like moving out of this kind of closed-mindedness here. This is you always, like, it's not closed because it's an observer state, but it's like I don't want to really dive too deep into this right now. And it's not about wisdom. I don't see it. It's about emotions. It's averting the emotional aspect of you, not wanting to really uncover, dig a little bit deeper, because that requires you to face some ugly truths. within yourself. And that, my friends, is exactly the work that we're on. Is that coming face to face with the ugly of you. Because if you're beautiful, you're ugly, right? So if you're strong, then you're weak. It's owning up to the weakness and saying, okay, yes, that's my weakness. Who cares? So what? I'm not here to be just this strong, powerful warrior. Warriors are strong and they are weak as well, by the way. They own it. They own the polarities. So this is like you too doing that. Instead of you always trying to like, I don't want to deal, I don't want to deal, I don't want to deal. This is the Chariot is like, hoppity hop, let's go. Let's get up on me. Get up on the horse now. It's time to clear this away. It's time to move into your greatness. Why you're here. This is part of why you're here as well. But to love it instead of like burying it. Instead of hiding behind it. Instead of like blaming other people for it. You know, I mean, Cancer, you know, water signs in general, they have a little bit of a victim mode. You know, like, oh, poor me syndrome. And it's just because you're so emotional that sometimes you don't know how to channel it out. You know, like the fire signs are just so fiery that it's like it almost extinguishes before it even, you know. So I'm not saying the one is better than the other, because every element has their strengths. In your case, you tend to hold on and take everything personally. And hold on to it. Never really unattach it. And that's where it becomes I'll forgive and never forget kind of energy is Cancer. And it's like forgive and forget, please, because not forgetting means you're holding on to it. And it's gonna come back over and over in the field. It will. Until you fully let go. And this is what's going on here. And this could be something happening within your home and your family. It could also be happening at your job. But whatever it is, like, I always say, take the higher road, people. Like, why would you want to like go deeper into that? Just to let it happen. Like, everything happened for a reason in your life. Nothing's a coincidence. Everything's happening because it's meant to show you something ugly and beautiful about yourself. But both are the same. Right? Try not to see them as different. And that's where the change happens. When you're able to see your weakness, according to everybody else, as the strength. And the strength as the weakness. You know, like it doesn't matter. They're just words. So, your next card, what's coming forward? Wishful expectations. Love it. I almost feel like it's like a Wheel of Fortune. So, let me see what it says. Acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. Oh my God, that's exactly what I'm trying to say to you. Oh my God, I love it. The smoke and mirrors is all the bullshit. Right? It's all a lie. If you get to know who you are and love who you are, that's all that matters in this world. Because honestly, that's why you're here. It's to learn about you and fall in love with you. And if everyone has an opinion about you, let them. But don't let it affect you. That's where the water sign gets a little affected, because they really, truly want to people please. And they truly want people to like love every decision that they make, and you know, and it's not important. You're on your own journey. Let it go. You're hindering your happiness and the joy in your life because you're focusing on others and thinking the others are here to make you happy, or you're thinking the others are here to inspire you, but you're not. You're here to do that to yourself, for yourself. When that change of mindset happens, it changes everything. I see greatness coming your way, Chariot. I mean, You're going to feel accomplished in your life in 2025 and 2026 and whatever. It's really beautiful. Anyway, so I'm going to pick an angel answer card. Pick a card. Wow. Your answer is a very general term, but your answer is abundance. So abundance is like construed very differently. Everyone thinks abundance is money. It's, you know, there's money coming out of her, but it's also love. It's also abundance of health, abundance of growth, you know, like everything in the max. So what a beautiful answer to your question. So if I could leave you with a last thing, I mean, that's pretty clear. I feel like some of you need to travel more, different places. And also, I feel like this year is not about pausing and reflecting. It's about making moves with the Chariot. All right, my beautiful Cancer. A big shout out to Kim for being an amazing Ko-fi member. If you'd like to support me like she does, and Felicia, who supports me on one-off basis. If you would like to support me, you could just click down below. And also those who have bought my notebooks, I appreciate you. And that left Amazon reviews is also appreciative. That's all. That's a really great way to support me, is buying a notebook that's tailored to your sign. So I thank all of you, and I love all of you, and I'll see you, maybe not next week. I might see you in 2 weeks, but I will let you know. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Leo. So what I'm doing for you is what you're leaving behind, your challenge for 2025, and what's coming up. So in 2024 or past, whenever this past energy is for you, 9 of Crystals shows up, which is really beautiful energy. The 9 of Pentacles is an energy of financial independence, is a Virgo energy. It's taking care of yourself, self-care, learning how to love yourself, essentially. Learning how to, you've learned to save money. Maybe some of you have created business projects, or expanded your businesses, expanded your jobs, found a job that you really love, that you're doing. You know, like there's something here, to me, it's very, she feels very free and liberated. That's the 9 of Pentacles. It's like you've exceeded your choices, I guess, financially. You've expanded. Like either you've what I mean exceeded is like you've invested in real estate or in stocks or what have you. You know, you've expanded somehow with this, and it feels really good. And you're like, wow, that's what you're leaving behind, right? So the next card is the 6 of Swords, which is kind of that energy of leaving something behind. You're jumping on a train, you're jumping on a boat, and you're happily leaving something behind. The 6 is harmony, usually balance. I find these both cards very balanced. Very, you know, some cards that we're seeing are like they're leaving behind some heavy energy, and yet you have managed to create a life that is that works for you financially, in your family, health. You know, the Virgo always talks about health, but with the 6 of Swords, it feels like you're ready to move on, like level up. Like you did what you needed to do, and now what's the next step? I like that, actually. What's your challenge? Your challenge is uncertainty. That makes sense. I love it. So she's in this thorny forest kind of thing, and there's like trees, and if she doesn't know if she should go through them, she should stay where she is. The idea is this, is thicket of thorns, right? So maybe she's going to get hurt along the way, you know, kind of energy. Wow. So it's a beautiful feeling here. It's like some of you may have established yourselves within an area, right? With a relationship, with a job, with a business, with money, with whatever it is, self-care routine. And even if the card says here, it's like time to get up and leave this. Like this is the thing. It's like this is telling you that it's time. Like whatever you set up here is great, and kudos to you, Leo. But it's time to make a move. And hence you're like, well, I put a lot of hours into it. I put a lot of years into this. I put a lot of time and energy into this. And now you want me to get up and move. That's the thing. Oh, wow. This works perfectly. I didn't understand when I did it on Instagram. There was just these two. And I'm like, oh, interesting. But now it makes a lot of sense. The King of Swords energy is Aquarius. Is the rebel. It's the revolutionary. It's the leader. It's like, can you take what you've learned here of setting up your structure, setting up your home, setting up whatever it is that you've done here, your little routine, can you take that and can you move into the leadership role that you are on? Can you step it up like 1,000%, tenfold? Can you leave? Can you get out of that? Maybe you've created a comfort zone almost. Maybe you've created a place, because the Nine of Pentacles is Virgo, it's Earth. They are the lovers of comfort zones. It's harder for them. This is an Aquarius, by the way. This is Aquarius, so there's that energy to push you out of your comfort. I love it. And some of you are like, no, I think I'm happy this way. You know, I'm happy with this relationship. I'm happy with this job. I'm happy with this, and I have to tell you, these cards are not happy with that. They are not going to rest easy until you start to level up. So what does that mean? So you've created a little nest, like a retirement nest, let's say. But now the universe is like, okay, now let's do something else with this. Why are you sitting on your money? That's a big thing for everybody. Like, what do you mean? It's for my retirement. They're like, and the universe is like, no. The King of Swords wants you to like do something else. Like, you don't have to take it and empty it all out on whatever this is, this innovation that's coming in. But can you change up what you're doing with your money, with your relationships, with your jobs? Like, King of Swords is a very intellectual, very smart energy. This could be you meeting up with an Aquarius as well, perhaps, but it's, or a Gemini or a Libra, but it's not that. It's like really shaking things up, Leo. You're not here to play safe. Wow. Didn't I say that last week? You're playing small, Leo. Stop playing small. So let's like shake it up. I don't know. Either you reach out to someone who is a financial advisor or someone outside of the box. It can be someone that's gonna, oh yes, you can put your place in the ARIES or the RS, you know, that. Don't ever put your stuff in RSPs, by the way. It's like they tax you, get crazy, but I don't know. Anyways, but this is like you are being pushed outside of the limited belief systems, limited ways of looking at life and money and all of it. So can you expand a little bit on there and stop being so hesitant? Can you surrender to the fact that there's something more than just this? Like I kind of find this very interesting to me, because it's like, yes, you've done really well for yourself, but do you feel like there's something more? If you didn't see these cards, like do you feel inside you that you need to be doing something else? You need to be setting up a YouTube channel, talk about your experience. You need to be going out there and sharing your experience with communities, helping others, but helping yourself at the same time. There's something a little bit more. You're not here to play. You're not here. You're a lion. I mean, it's clear just with the Leo. He's the king of the jungle, the queen of the jungle. He's the king of the jungle. Let's be just real here. He is the king of the jungle. And what are you doing? He's not here to play like small. He's not here to play like a ferret. He is here to be the leader. And that's what's happening here. I feel like you're moving into, whether it's 2025 or 2026 or whatever it is, or tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're being pushed to make some changes in your life that will make others uncomfortable, 100,000%, and make you uncomfortable too. But you're not here to play the game, the movie, the illusion. And if you catch yourself playing the game, remind yourself that you're the King of Swords. You know, the King of Swords is Aquarius. On the zodiac cycle, Leo, your opposite sign is Aquarius. It will trigger you, trigger the F out of you, 100%, because they're the opposites. They're like everything that you're not, is, you know, each of you. So you're showing up, and I think the King of Wands shows up in Aquarius, which is freaking amazing. So that means that like you're both helping each other out. You're getting yourselves out of your comfort zones. So what's coming is, I love it. Radical curiosity. I mean, I feel like Gemini got this last week or some week ago. Seeing as if for the first time every time. This is like people. I literally, look how gorgeous this card, by the way, is. I literally feel, Leo, that you're a fire sign, by the way, so there's nothing boring about your life. And maybe with this card, I feel like you've been following a little bit of an earth element, kind of a safety net. You've been doing things, but always like staying under the surface, under the, you know, the radar kind of thing. And with these two cards, all of these three cards actually, they're like, oh my God, Leo, snap out of this, man. Go back to this radical curiosity. Go back to asking questions. You know, like being critical, being like, you know, trying to understand the bigger picture. You know, trying to like. There's somewhere along the way that you became very. I got to take care of my family. I got to like the pension. I got to do this. I got to the retirement. This is what shows up here. And it's like, no, you're not here. You chose to be a Leo. Leos are here to roar, make lots of noise. And it's not noise, drinking and partying and dancing on the tables noise. It's deeper stuff, man. This is big stuff coming for you, Leo. And I hope you're feeling it. I got to tell you that Mars retrogrades in Leo until the end of February, which is a huge thing. Because Mars is your action planet, is retrograding in you, and it's asking you to go within and to reassess your priorities. And that's what this is. Like reassess, because that maybe you've kind of hit a little snag here where you went a little bit too safe and it's not where you need to be. You don't, like, I if I'm hitting a nerve, I would love to know in the comments, because I'm a Leo rising and I kind of get it. It's like, it's time. It's time to rise and it's time to shine. And it's time to continuously be asking questions. It's time to continuously trusting in the unknown. And it's time to move into this King of Swords energy, which is doing without caring about what other people are saying about you, and just being transparent and honest with you. All right, Leo, I love this. I'm going to give you angel answers. So think of a question. Make them open-ended. They could be timing. They could be yes, no. They could be like a message. We got an answer, which is a divine timing. So this is your answer if you haven't thought about a question. A year from now. So again, I feel like Taurus got this, but don't attach to the dates, like a year from now. Could just be getting you ready for whatever it is that you're asking. Wow, I love this reading. Okay, Leo, I love you. a big shout out to all of you for this amazing year, and check out my Ko-fi to support me on a monthly basis or one-off me. Also, thank you to everyone who has bought my notebooks, and do write a review if you do. And I love you, and I'll see you not next week, but in 2 weeks from now. Okay, bye. Hello, my beautiful Virgo. So before we get into it, I'm just going to be doing a different reading this week. I was like, what you're letting go of. What are you letting go of? Yeah. And what we're moving towards. So you could take it as the years, or you could just take it as this week's reading, but I kind of wanted to just change things up. So let's begin. The first card that we saw in Facebook and Instagram was the Queen of Swords, of what you're letting go. The Queen of Swords is interesting because she is the badass queen of the tarot. She's also the one who speaks her truth. She's the one who uncovers the truth, reveals the truth. So maybe a lot of you were going through that, trying to uncover what's happening within your relationships, within your jobs, trying to figure out what direction to take with your job, with your relationship, with your fun, with your life. You know, like these are poignant things. The Queen of Swords would be the one to lead you there in a very transparent, over the top, honest way, like authentic way, which could have triggered a lot of people in your life. The Queen of Swords is not a calm energy. It's not that she's pretty calm, but she's so honest and authentic that could have triggered people that do not want to see the truth. So this could have happened with your friends and your family, or you could have been really honest with yourself, which is very challenging to see. So the other one that you're leaving behind is the Five of Crystals. The Five of Crystals is the Five of Pentacles, which is poverty mindset, lack mentality, a little bit depression, a little bit of thinking that you're not good enough, but a lot of money. It's a lot of financial burden, a lot of you getting real about your finances, you getting real about the job that you're doing, you getting really owning up to where you're at in your life, within your relationships. You know, are you in a relationship because you're comfortable financially and that's it with the person, or are you is it uncomfortable for you to be the sugar mommy, the sugar daddy in this relationship? You know, is there that? That's the uncomfortable truth showing up here. It doesn't have to be that, obviously. There's a lot of other things to look at, but this is you getting real about your finances, you getting real about your house that you live in, you getting real about things. This is a Taurus energy. It's all about financial security. You know, it's the second house of home and stability. Really getting real about what it is that you want in your life, and making decisions around that. I want a big house and I want a thing. So the Queen of Swords would have probably told you, well, then go get a job that you're going to make a lot of money. Right? If that's your dreams and your goals. But if your dreams and your goals are just to do something creative and be happy about it, she said, well, then, that's that kind of energy. It was that part of that energy that maybe it was someone in your life that was directing you, or it could be you doing that to yourself. But it was a bit trying. It was very challenging. 2024 or before that has been challenging for you, and it's been ailing you for the longest time as well. But I love the Queen of Swords because she's always come up in your life and said, hey, come on, Virgo. Let's be real. Let's be honest here. Stop playing the game for everybody else. Stop doing things for everyone else around you and start doing for you. And yeah, you might have hit a few, stumbling blocks along the way. It could have been in your finances, but it could have also been in look, the moons are inside the home. The emotions are stuck in the home. Are you hiding what you're feeling about your family, your kids, your partners, your parents, you know, all these people in your life that are fundamentals, but maybe they're not aligned with you anymore, but you're keeping your mouth shut, you know? Because, well, I got to respect them. I got to respect, you know, this is the human word of respect, which is like, it's not that you're not respecting yourself by holding everything in. You know, it's just a form of hiding. Because if we are just all transparent and honest and authentic, everybody would be triggered, but everything would be open. You're not, you know, like, I can't say this because of religion. I can't say this because, I'm like, why? These are all made up ideals. It doesn't matter. That's the Queen of Swords. You know, I kind of identify with her because she's like, I don't care. Like, it's like, that's how you find fairness in this world. It's not by holding back. And I feel like here, a lot of you have held back within those structures, family, religious, homes, work, whatever. Your challenge is flexibility. It's a big one. It's such a big one for you, Virgo, because I feel like it was made for you, the flexibility. And, you know, Virgo is very structured, you know. They are as adaptable and flexible as they are of all the earth signs, because you're a mutable sign, right? So you do sway. But Virgos are very steadfast in their opinions and in the way they see life and how things should be. I mean, you know this. And it's hard for you to sway. That's why I'm always surprised that I have so many Virgos watching me. Because they continue to watch me every week, and I'm like, wow, you know, I must trigger you every single time, because like I'm trying to open something up, and you're like, no, this is the way it goes. That's the Virgo, but I love it. So thank you for being here. But you're coming up against that again. You're coming up against some rigidity, some stuckness in your mind of how the world should be, how this should look like, how this should look like, this is what it is, this is what it is. Instead, it's like, that's not the way we live. I mean, this is the way the humans live. But we're here to open up the world, right? You're here to open up the ways of living. And if you're still stuck and still playing victim to external factors, then you're still not fully embracing this journey. Then and I have to tell you, and it's very triggering what I'm going to say, but it's like, if you continuously hold on to the low vibration of hate, anger, sadness, or this is better than you, I don't believe in your thing, and I don't believe in my and this is what we believe in, and which I find a lot of Virgos will fall into, like, this is my way and that's your way. That's like keeping your vibration very low, because everything that you are living is a story. It's just a story. It's not real. It's real in this lifetime, but it's just a story. So get yourself out of the story and start to embody love again. Ultimately, that's what you are. Love. And by holding on to these stories that I can't make a lot of money unless I'm with a rich person, I can't make a lot of money, or I'm gonna hold my mouth because I'm gonna hurt everybody else around me, or I'm gonna just stay in my structure and this is the way it's gonna work, then it's just gonna be that. And what's the point of this journey? And why are you on this journey if you just want to stay like this? And if you want to believe in these limited beliefs that don't exist, they only exist in your mind. And the Queen of Swords is like, let's get this going. And she did this for you all year round, or for the past 5 years. She's been like, hey, it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to poke you with the truth again. Wow, this is a big reading, Virgo. And the flexibility is a big one, because it's like you opening your mind and opening your heart to others. that are living this dream as well with you. And stop holding on to the stories. The stories that you hold on to, which is what's fed to you by the media, what's fed to you by whatever you're watching, reading, is a story. And the revelations that will come up in 2025 will shock you or not, because you're ready for it and waiting for it. But it's time to free yourself from that. And what's coming for you is the universe. Wow, the world. Which is exactly that. The world is you are a star of the world. You are a star seed. You are a light worker. You are here to raise the vibration of Gaia, of the earth. You're here to say goodbye to Maya, which is the illusion. We're here not to play in her anymore because it's done. You're here to open it up again. So in opening it up again, it changes everything for you, because it changes the way you see work and the way you see money coming in, the way you see relationships. It changes everything. It literally changes everything. Because then you're not so stuck in this belief system that has been brought on generation by generation or been brought on by external forces. I kind of love this coming for you, Virgo, because it's time to peel away those layers, because you can't grow, you can't experience anything new if you keep holding on to the old layers. Well, radical self-love coming in for you is huge, because you are the self-love and the self-care fucking sign. So radical self-love is, we can only receive love to the extent that we unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves. Wow. And this is big, because you can only receive love if you're willing to love those that you cannot love because of what is the story that's being told within your culture, within your traditions, within your religions, This is big. And this is not even a message just to Virgos, it's for everybody, but it's showing up for you. Radical self-love is loving humanity and the collective, the good, the bad, the evil, all of it, because it's all one and the same, and they're all you. So where have you stopped loving yourself? And you're like, I haven't stopped loving myself. Yes, you have. If you don't love yourself when you hate another, you don't love yourself when you hate on whatever the circumstance. You don't love yourself when you don't express yourself to your mother, your father, your partner. It's all it stems from you. You're the mirror. But if you don't, if you hold back, if you stay small, if you live in poverty mindset, then that's what reflects back, and that's what you attract. Okay. This is a big one. This is you literally you've been trying to clear through the truths in your life, in whatever area of your life it was. And it's to fully fall in love with yourself. But the only way to fall in love with yourself is to love everyone else around you, which are the reflections of you. I see a lot of travel coming up, and I see a lot of expansion coming for you. A lot of you moving into new homes, or moving cities, moving countries, even just changing your whole life with the world and the self-love, changing everything, every aspect, and triggering the F out of a lot of people around you, because she's still here and she's the one who was your teacher in this past year or two. So I'm going to give you one last message from Angel Answers. Think of a question. This one keeps showing up. I have one for you. Question. Answer. I'm coming to it. So here you go. Choose a new direction. So that is your answer. I hope that you got something out of this. I sure did. Virgo, it's time for new. It's time for changing the way you look at things, and it's time to move into your truth, which is not. This is the thing. Your truth is not about choosing sides. That's not a truth. Your truth is love, happiness, joy, freedom, peace, unity is moving into that. So I leave you like this. Thank you, Elize, for being an amazing Ko-fi member, and thank you for buying my notebooks, my Zodiac notebooks, and leaving reviews if you can. That would be great. It's all tailor-made for Virgo or each sign. It's a lot of fun and interactive, and it also has coloring pages in it to keep you occupied. So check your rising and your moon. Also enjoy your week, enjoy the festivities, enjoy the family, and I will see you. I don't know when I'm going to see you. I might not see you next week, so I will let you know. All right, love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Libra. So what I'm going to do for you today is we're going to see what you're leaving behind and what's coming forward for you. And I got to tell you, Libra, I mean, we've been together on this journey for the longest time, and these two cards are really intense. So I'm going to start with the card that you saw on Facebook and Instagram. And the Tower. The Tower showed up for you, which is amazing for me because I'm in love with the Tower card. The Tower is chaos, disruption. It's conflict. It's coming up against your demons. It's collapse. It's breakdowns. It's financial disruption. It's romantic disruption. It's family problems. It's all of it. It's everything coming up, your old version of self breaking down, you moving into the new version of yourself. So when I see this for Libra, and I don't know if you saw a few days ago, I had a message come in a dream that I had to come up and talk to Libra about letting go. And here we are with the same idea of you having to go through probably one of your most dark nights of the soul, dark years of the soul was 2024 perhaps, or 2023, 2022, it's been crazy these past 5 years. So I feel like this is showing up and it's time to leave that behind. Can you say goodbye to that? Can you now we can look back and appreciate the really heavy dark nights of the souls and really heavy clearings that you've done. So the next card that showed up, is the Seven of Swords. So here it doesn't look so bad, even though there's 7 swords in the sky. But the Seven of Swords is the liars, cheaters, deceivers, dishonest people. It's an energy of just not a very nice energy. It's like one of the worst cards, right? But to me, again, it's also, there's another aspect to the Seven of Swords. It's non-conformity, right? So when I see this for you, it's like you're leaving behind people who were not good for you. And you're leaving behind old stories, old wounds, old traumas, old everything. Like everything had to come up. And maybe a lot of it came up in 2024. Maybe a lot of it came up, the Tower, in 9/11, 2001. Maybe some of it came up, and there's always an event that brings up old stuff that needs to clear. And for me, it feels like it was jarring. This is mental, this is spiritual level. This is like emotional. Everything came up. All of your old hurts, a lot of abuse, a lot of, whether it was emotional, mental, sexual, physical, whatever it is. This is big. And you were there going through it, right? Like I almost feel like you look like a snowball, like you took on all the energy. You just became this big snowball. And I know some of the Libras because they're my clients, and you've been through it. The Seven of Swords tells me that you're leaving behind all of that. You're no longer participating in other people's negative energies. I hate to use that word, but low vibrational energies. Everyone else who's tried to bring you down into their like black hole. You've come up here. This tells me that you've seen things. You see things clearly. It took 7 swords, 7 stabbings for you to fully understand. Okay, I got it. I gotta go, right? It almost, that's a 7 of Swords energy. I almost feel like it's like it takes you such a long time before you actually see. Oh, they lied to me over and over again. They were dishonest. They treated me this way because whatever, like, what do we do? Not only Libras do this, but everybody does this. Oh, but they're going through something really hard, so I should stand by them. And it's no. And then you haven't learned your lesson, because we're not here to hold people's hands unless they're your children. Otherwise, you're not here to hold anyone's hand unless they ask for help. But this to me is a big thing. This is the collapse of a lot of old you. An old you that is no longer here anymore. And you got to let her go or let him go. Because you've been lied to over and over again. And you've been treated badly by these cards. And you've allowed it. And it's okay. It's okay, because now it's time to say goodbye. This is a complete collapse, a breakdown of that version of you that said yes to it all. And now it's like, Your challenge that you're going to be coming up for you is family. Wow, that's a big one. So what does that mean? Is like within your family, you've had to do some big collapse, some walking away from, some, hard truths of like, hey, I'm done with you. I'm no longer need to, I talked about this with Virgo, about this respect, this word respect. That, we got to respect our parents because they're older than us. Even if they treat us like pieces of shit, right? It's like, it doesn't work like that. No. Even if it doesn't, no. Because to me, everybody is here for a reason. And they're playing a role. Like, it's not like, I'm not, like if I expect to receive the same, energy that I give out. If I'm giving you good energy, then I would wish good energy back. If I'm like bad energy, when I would expect bad energy back, because that's the reflection, that's the mirror. But if you're continuously bringing me this 7 of Swords energy, and I'm like continuously taking it, I'm getting stabbed left, right, and center because of it, it doesn't work that way. If you're a daughter or a wife or a husband or a son, that's not the way it works. Because, like, again, you're here, it's a bigger reason for why you're here. And these roles have been made up by this matrix, that this is the hierarchy of the role. We're all in it together. We're all in it to help each other out, to love each other. You would want to see your father, right? Or your mother. Not because they're my father. It's an obligation Like, there's no love and obligation, by the way. It's like, what is that? I have to do it. Because that's the respect, Sabrina. And it's like, no, you have to want to do it. That's love. Anyways, to me, Libra, I'm seeing a lot of revelation coming up within your family. How you treat each other, how you love each other. Is it really love? Is it obligation? Is it like forced? Is it, is it because everybody else tells me I need to do like this? These are the big things. This is the tower moment. This is tower. When it collapses, things are like, the ideals of how we see things, how we've envisioned our lives, and everything is just like collapsing before you because the universe is like, what are you doing? Get out of your storyland. It was fun and games, but let's get real. No more of this. No more of you taking on these stabbings. No more of that. I love this. I actually really like these readings. I think the new format is very revealing. And the star card shows up, which is your hopes and dreams coming true, which is healing as well. The star is all about healing you mentally and emotionally. And I mean, these cards are phenomenal, Libra. They're not beautiful, but beautiful, like, like to me, chaos is beautiful. So this is, you had this 2024 and beyond, like let's say 2020 and between 2020 and 2024, you've had to go through a lot of upheaval in your life, right? We've gone through a lot. We've seen things. We're seeing things in different lights. Where people are amazed, like have amazed us and have underwhelmed us as well. And a lot of you, it's within your family setting. And it's a hard pill to swallow, right? It's hard to see that, this person that I thought who was strong is actually super weak, or this person who and again, it's not a big deal to be weak, right? And it's just like us coming down from our those step ladders and just coming down and seeing things for what it is, and healing ourselves because of it, and healing the bonds and healing the ties. Because ultimately, everyone in your life is there for a reason, right? They're all here they're all part of your story. So you needed to have that abuser. You chose that abuser in your life, and you chose that person, and you chose it. And it's very challenging for a starseed to hear that. They're like, what do you mean I chose it? I'm like, you did. You chose it to awaken you to this level, to get you to this point in your life. Because if you had a happy, joy life, then you would never have awakened to where you are right now, seeing things differently, clearing the vessel. And you're moving into your stardom, your star beingness, which is love. Unconditional love for self and for others. But it first begins with you. You cannot love another if you do not love yourself. You cannot, if you are not feeling worthy of self, you cannot see worth in another. It's just the way it goes, right? And now the family is coming up strong for you, and it's going to be a big deal for you in 2025. You're going to come up against it, and you're going to have to realize at that moment that you are a star in a human body, having a human experience. And like, I always say that all the time. And like something comes up, I'm like, just having a human experience. So like, I'm just gonna take this with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna allow anyone to ruffle my feathers. I am worthy of so much more. Renewal. 27:9. Regeneration begins with decay. Wow. I never saw. I mean, that's what this is. we cannot move into anything new. We cannot move into a new part of ourselves. We can't move into an unknown either if we do not clear ourselves of all those traumas and wounds. It doesn't happen. It's there. It's still in your vessel. It's still in your magnetic field. It's there. So the work that you're doing and you've been doing is like kudos and pat yourself on the back. It's not for nothing that you're going through a dark night of the soul. It's not for nothing that you're coming up against your family. It's not for nothing. You will soon shine. You will soon move into this renewal process. And it's not going to be just, oh, it's just a renewal process, Libra. That's it. Everything changes. Everything's to the best. It's not going to happen that way. Let's be real, right? Baby steps, people. Trust it. But like that last year was a shit show for you. And we know it. We can attest to that. But to me, these were revelation moments for you to see through the people. Like this is definitely, you had to see a lot of uncomfortable truths about people. And they had to like show it in a really ugly way to you. And you had to feel it in ugliness, and you had to cry it out, and you had to go into a massive depression, or you had to, you had to really work through this, Libra. And I salute you for doing that. Because you're not only working for yourself, but you're working for the field. Really, you are. So thank you. But I foresee more resistance when it comes to family. And you're going to have to light up that star that you are, so that you can begin fresh and begin anew. Libra. All right. I'm going to give you one answer to a angel answer question. Think of a question, divine timing, or whatever. Yes, no, whatever. So, what is your question? This is your answer. It's a big fat no. No's could be great, right? So, all right, my beautiful Libra. I want to do a big shout out to Teri for being a Ko-fi member and a great friend, and thank you for buying the notebooks. If anyone else wants to buy notebooks, Libra, it's all tailored to Libra. Do if so, and also write an Amazon review. It would help me a lot. And also, if you want to support me, join my Ko-fi membership. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, I don't think I'm coming in next week, but I will let you know in a message. Taking a week off, and that's it. Happy holidays. I will see you when I see you. Love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Scorpio. We got Nine of Swords. Okay, before I begin, I want to let you know that I'm doing what we're going to leave behind and what we're moving towards, and there's going to be a challenge of 2025 showing up. Also, before I begin, I want to say a shout out to Katie for being an amazing Ko-fi member. And if you'd like to support me on a monthly basis or a one-off, you can with the Ko-fi. Click the link below. I can't speak. Or you can buy my notebook, my Zodiac notebook that you can find on Amazon, which the link is also below. So let's begin. Nine of Swords is what you're leaving behind. Nine of Swords is like kind of ominous here. She is it's an energy of sleepless nights, of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of bringing on old energies, like maybe old version of yourself coming up to play, a lot of old wounds, trauma. Like this is like deep mental energy, constant having to clear, then come back. It's a constant like reverberation of old energy showing up over and over again. Nine of Swords is an energy of anguish. So you've gone through a lot this week, this year, or the past 5 years, or the past 10 years, or have it 9 years, whatever it is. This is coming up, and it came up a lot in the past few months. And I know it because I know some Scorpios. So you've had to deal with a lot. So what's the other energy? Oh, the Sun. At the same time, when you were dealing with this, there was also some sunny moments in your life, which is awesome. You know, a lot of rewards, a lot of, some of you created some amazing projects. Some of you collaborated with people, or you step into a leadership role, or, you started making money, or the Sun is a beautiful energy. So you're leaving that behind. Is you're not leaving anything behind. Like you've established that, but then now it's time to move into something new. So what are we going to use with this? This is what I'm interested in, actually. You know, like what you've learned in this past year or 5 years or 10 years, now is the time to implement it. It's to grow with it. And a lot of your time has been to feel anxious about it. You know, like, oh yeah, I'm growing. I did this, amazing. I started my business, or I started this new project and this, and then a lot of it is like, oh, but I'm not that smart. I can't do this. How can I do this on my own? And wow, it's a common human thing. Let's see what your challenge is. Success, people, is your challenge, which explains everything. Let's do it like this. It's like a lot of you Scorpions perhaps moved into have an idea of what it is that you want to do to be successful. You have an idea of future plans. Like you already have. You're excited. You've moved into a greater sense of self-confidence as well. You feel more worthy of self. I don't know if you're resonating with this, but then a part of you is like, well, there's a dark part of you that kind of overrides the Sun, that has been like keeping you from shining that light of yours, because you don't really believe that you can succeed. Wow, this is huge, because this is a part of you, an old version of self that probably never succeeded. Probably always like fell backwards or whatever, and you never really hit this stride. And then it's like, okay, what am I afraid of? And everything is really working well. I've just opened this business. I've just opened this. I've just and now like I'm stepping 10,000 feet back, and that's what you feel like right now. But look at this beauty. The Ace of Pentacles shows up. And it's like everything has been set up for you. You are about to move into financial abundance. You're about to move into a new home. You're about to move into a new project, a new like financial path of happiness. You know, you're about to move into something stable. And you kind of, like you said it, you've already set it up. Whether it was a year ago or 20 years ago, right? You've already, like, or when you arrived as a star, like you've already, like, it's already in your destiny. When I see the Sun here, you already have created some sort of authority. You've already created some sort of leader in your community or in your sector or whatever. People see you as an authority of something. But you're so much in your mind or so much in your heart that you kind of drown in this, and then you lose your step, you lose your confidence. When you lose that, then you don't think you can succeed. And the Ace of Pentacles, yes, you can. All of this is not something that you need to push away. This is something you've learned. This is something that was brought to you for a reason, because it's now time to shine. It's now time to walk onto that path of success. Stop fighting it, because it's yours, inherently. Whoa, look at this. I think we've gotten this card for you already. Strength of vulnerability. sunglasses. The power lies at the root of a perceived weakness. Oh my God. Right? You are your own worst enemy, Scorpio. This we've always known. We've always known that this you take something and you go dive deep into it. And you don't see that, you're not able to see the bright part of the hard work that was put into something. You're not, like, these cards are beautiful. You're setting yourself up for a sunshiny life. Some of you, I just got a message, some of you might even be moving to the sun. You're already setting yourself up for that, for success. But there's a part of you that's keeping you down, and you see your vulnerability as a weakness instead of a strength. That's the problem. You're seeing like all this dark night of the soul, all this ugliness as a bad thing instead of seeing it as a good thing. It's coming up to clear. How do you think anything comes up to clear? Do you think it's all shiny and bright? No, man. It's going to be ugly as F. Stop being in the way of success here, people. Because success is like... is in the eye of the beholder kind of thing. Like some people see success as like millions of dollars, and some see success as I'm doing something that I love. I'm sharing it with people that I love. Like just because you're not living in the dream home yet doesn't mean it's not coming, and maybe it'll never come. And can you be okay with that? Because it's not part of your contract or your path. But the Ace of Pentacles tells me that you're going to move into money. Like you're going to move into that. And it's very interesting because Taurus is at the opposite end of your cycle, of the zodiac wheel, right? And Taurus is experiencing lots of financial abundance because Jupiter and Uranus is in Taurus until June and the end of the year. So you probably will be affected by that because you are working together at the same time. And I feel like it's like you've already started it. You've already started a following. You've already started like your path. Your to growth and to leadership. And along the way, you kind of lost your way. Maybe you started at the beginning of 2024. Maybe you started in 2020. And then along the way, you started to move into some really deep wounding and really like introspection that was really ugly and that you didn't want to see. And you got lost in it. And it's okay. But the universe is like, hey, we're not going to have you there anymore. We need you to step it up now. We need you to see your vulnerability as a strength. We need to see your dark night of the soul as exactly where you need it to be. So you need to clear all this. So we need to get you there again. And we need you to feeling prosperous. And we need you to be the leader kind of thing. And get ready for this new. Get ready to move. Get ready to do whatever it is because it's coming. I love it, Scorpio. All right. So I have angel answers. Think of a question and I will come up with the answer. Okay, I have it. Okay. I'm going to leave it as one question, one answer. So if you haven't thought of it, I'm coming to you. There's a timing and an advice, and it's in the near future, trust. Love it. All right, whatever it is, it's a coming. Trust. All right, my beautiful Scorpions, I leave you here. I will wish you all the best for the week, and I may not see you next week because I'm taking a week off. I will let you know, but I don't think so. All right, so I love you. Enjoy your holidays, and I will see you when I see you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. So I'm doing things a little bit different this week, and I'm doing what we're leaving behind to what we're moving into. And your two cards of what's leaving behind is interesting. The Seven of Cups, which we've seen already in Instagram and Facebook. But you also have the Knight of Wands, which is kind of you energy. It's the Sagittarius energy. But let's start with the Seven of Cups. I kind of love this because to me it's, I'm crooked. Right. The Seven of Cups is a card of illusion, of seeing through the veil, seeing through the facade, the masks. It's also an energy of choice, of many different daydreams that you've had, many different choices that you've had to make within this year, the past few years of your life. Seven of Cups is like, have all these dreams and visions and goals, and perhaps everyone else around you are like, you're so idealistic, Sagittarius. You think you could be this and that and that and this, and it's like, yes, I can, right? And everybody's like, whatever. And it's almost like you seeing past all the limited beliefs, all the or maybe a part of you also, the Seven of Cups is an energy of you having had to dive a little bit deeper into choices that you've made in your past, right? Like things coming up that are not so clear anymore, things coming up that don't feel so good anymore. You chose to remain in this friendship, you chose to remain in this relationship, you chose to stay in this job, you're choosing, you're examining and reassessing choices that you've made in your life. And maybe you felt like that was happening in 2024 or these past few years of your life, and we're leaving that behind us, which I kind of love. And the Knight of Wands showing up is like is you energy. It's a spontaneous energy, impulsive energy. It's a flirting energy. It's a one-night stand energy. So there could be some of you out there that were playing the field, flirting, and you're like, that's done. I'm done with that now, and now I'm going to move into something serious. I'm not saying that's the way it is, but it's also an energy of adventure. Some of you maybe have traveled a lot, have done a lot, and some of you it's time now to settle. And it's not to settle down in a humdrum, but maybe to buy a home, to like get more settled. Like this was a lot of fun, a lot of adventure, and that's taking you on a lot of different paths, as we see here with the Seven of Cups. And you know, there's always a time for everything, right? And now is there's a time to travel, a time to like, I mean, it doesn't ever stop. But I almost feel like maybe you were flitting through life, you know, like having the adventures of a lifetime, doing a lot of things. I mean, these kind of energies, the Scorpio and the Saggy energy, but it's kind of trying out new things, like meeting new people, like what you do a lot. But I almost feel like this is an energy of you, I don't want to say settling down, but it's not that energy I'm looking for. That's not the word I'm looking, because it seems too like, but making a choice, right? Making a choice for yourself. And maybe, like, let's look at the challenge. Letting go. Your challenge is letting go. It's like, the energy I'm feeling here is perhaps your mind was all over the place. You had tons of dreams and goals and visions and ideas of relationships, or of your studies, of your work. You dibbled here, dabbled here. You were doing a lot of this, and it's been happening for years now for you, or months, or whatever it is for you. And letting go is your challenge. Yeah, I know that your what's coming card is the Empress. So the Empress is a Taurus Libra energy, grounded energy, but still flighty, but still grounded in a sense that, again, I don't want to use the word settling down, but finding the partner, you know, finding that job that you completely love, finding that house that you want to decorate and love it to the, you know, that's the Empress. The Empress is like truly cherishing what she has in front of her, and taking it up to the nth degree, right? Really making it a beautiful home and really making it a beautiful relationship, making everything because the heart is in it. Instead here, I feel it's like a little bit all over the place. Like you've been, like spreading yourself thin, and a little part of you doesn't want to settle. It's like an ugly word, It's like for you're like, what do you mean? I don't want to, for you it's like a boring life, but it's not. It's just it's a life full, like Empress is a life full of passion, a life full of everything she loves, right? Instead of scattering your energy in all different forms and all different places and just coming down to a groundedness. Wow. This is interesting. And your challenge will be letting go of the old ways of like, and I'm not saying it's going to happen forever, right? This is like something that's probably a transition for you right now, like a shift that's going on. I mean, we need to ground ourselves, everybody, the air signs, the fire signs, everybody needs to like ground ourselves in the sense like ground our light, ground our energy and our vibration and our frequency into the grids. We need to do that. We can't be just jumping around. And the message I've been getting a lot is that, we've chosen where we are right now, and we've chosen the cities we're living in. And the Sagittarians, the sign is very much, I want to go all over the world. I don't want to live here. I want to be a nomad. I want to travel. I want to do things, even if they're in their own city. I want to do, like, it's always like they're on the next adventure. They're walking, and then I almost feel the Empress is saying, can you just settle for a moment? Sagittarius, are you listening to me? Can you just sit for 6 months or 3 months or 3 weeks, and you just do a long period of just honing your light where you are right now, because we need you right now. And that's, I feel like the universe is coming in for you, Saggy, saying, I just need you to stay put, because your frequency and your coding and your blueprint is important where you are right now. Hence why the Empress will take whatever she has and just amplify it in the same space with the relationship, with her job, but she'll just grow something beautiful from there. She'll nurture it to be like the best it can be in the place, in the moment. That's that feeling I'm getting here for you, Saggy. Oh my God, that's so funny. You got moving forward. Oh, but listen to this. I'm like, oh my God, wait, look at this. She's in a desert, like going on an adventure. But listen to the message. The first step is taken within our stillness. So, yes, she's moving forward, but first she needs to do this. Right? First she needs to go within. She needs to be a bit more, and it's not about like being introspective and about hiding and going away. It's not about that at all. It's about loving your version of you right now, where you are right now, with who you are right now, doing whatever you know what I'm saying? It's like falling in love with that. And that's how you move forward. It's not about a necessary movement of like traveling and moving around, doing this and changing everything. The energy's changing. It's not about that. It's about you like falling in love with the present moment. And that is the biggest challenge for you. And it could be an amazing lesson though for you. And it could be a way to truly fall in love with you and even the people in your life. You're not running around. You're not trying like it's fun. It's fun. I know I'm a Sagittarius Moon. It's to try new things, to always like But sometimes it's not about routine, and I'm not even telling you this. I don't feel like it's routine here. Or it's not to go into a routine, and I don't feel like that at all. It's to fully like put your energy towards something that you love and honing it in on that. Let's say you have a home that you love and you want to, the Empress is all about decorating her abode, right? So if go on full on in that. You don't have to have lots of money to do that. You could. You don't have to though, right? It could be just changing a painting and just changing whatever. But doing it with full fiery energy that you have. Putting it all in. Is your relationship, are you always like, even if you're always traveling with your partner, or do you have different schedules? You know, it's like finding that time to stay home. Do things at home. With your kids or alone. There's this energy here that is actually powerful to me. Because this is you know, social media will love to tell you, you need to go travel, you need a bucket list, you have to go and visit all the parts of the world. I almost think that that's a story. It's a contrived story to get the starseeds to leave their home grid systems. Oh my God, I just discovered that in your reading. Wow. It's interesting. Because everything is always, there's always something behind everything. So to me, I feel like you're being asked to fully love all the parts of you that are here right now. Not somewhere else. You don't have to go find love somewhere else or find happiness somewhere else. It's like here right now. And your challenge will be letting this go, right? Your challenge will be letting go of that spontaneity that you are, and that I'm just gonna get up and leave, and it's funny because I'm like someone like that. I'm like, oh, I feel like going in, I just get up and go. Everyone's like, what the hell? You don't have to plan. I don't like plans. So, but more and more I've been feeling that I need to stay where I'm living. And everyone is like a little challenged with me about that. They're like, what do you mean? You could travel the world, you know? I said, I know, but I don't feel it. I feel like I need to hunker down here. I feel like there's something above and beyond why I need to hunker down here. My energy needs to be here. So listen to those messages. Listen to that inner voice that's speaking to you, because it's more powerful than you think. And you're more powerful than you think. So this could be like, because you're needing to hone in on your relationships, you need to like bring it closer together, or it could be creative projects or whatever it is. Trust it, my beautiful Saggies. So I have we have angel answers. If you come up with a question, I'll bring you an answer. It's not the right one. It's not the right time, but it was like, it's not the right one. Okay. This is the one. Okay. I'm going to give you another one because... Okay. Are they two or one? Okay. So this answers your question. First, it's ask your angels. And the second is yes. So to me, it said it's one question. It's one answer. I kind of like that because it's like, it's a yes. Ask your angels for confirmation. Right. All right, my beautiful Saggy. This is what I have for you. It's very poignant because you are being asked to leave behind an old story, an old version of you, also a contrived horoscope, astrological version of you, of Sagittarius, always on the run, Sagittarius always doing something, always like in the clouds, or always getting, you know, where you are being asked now to actually stay put, but fully bring your Sagittarius energy into this, which is still doing. It's not just lazing around. It's still doing something, but bringing the fire back into the home, the career, the job, the project, the home. You know what I'm saying? That is what I'm getting from you, for you. Hope this resonates. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, thank you to everyone, my beautiful Saggies, that have bought my Zodiac notebook. I know who you are. Thank you for writing the review as well. There's a lot more available on Amazon. Check that out. It's all like tailored to your signs. And also, if you'd like to donate to me, do Ko-fi. You can one-off or you can monthly donate. That helps me and supports me. I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, have happy holidays, and I will see you. I won't see you next week because I'm taking it off, so I'll see you the week after. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Capricorn. So this week I'm doing what we're going to leave behind and what we're moving towards. So what we're leaving behind, we already saw. Interesting. Okay, showing up like this. Okay, we have the moon and temperance. The moon is Pisces and the temperance is Sagittarius, and it's showing up in reverse. So right away I see that these are big cards. These are major life lessons in your life. There's an imbalance here of harmony and your mental and an emotional state has been very weary. This is emotional as well. So I kind of find this very interesting here. So, I mean, we've been seeing this for you for weeks and months now, Capricorn, and you letting go of something, and it's showing up here, something that you've been hiding, something that you've been holding on to and not really wanting to face with these two cards, because they've been very what is the word I'm looking for? I have it at the tip of my tongue. But anyways, they've been very heavy, emotionally, mentally, all of it, spiritually. Like, you've been going through it. You've been attaching. It's almost like you're hiding. That's what I get a lot with the moon. Like you were hiding a lot from these challenges. You didn't want to see them. It was uncomfortable for you. Like, this is you could have been having an altercation with a Saggy or a Pisces or a water fire sign in your life. There's just a feeling here of disappointment on this end as well that caused so much emotion on your side. It's like people showed their true colors to you this past year or the past few years, and you've been trying to discard it. But their true colors were surfacing more and more and more. And then Capricorn, like, you finally decided, like, okay, it's enough. And that's the energy I'm getting here. And we've been seeing that in your cards as of late anyways. Like, you're done. And this is like you, like, I've held on to the burdens of these people in my life. I've held on to their secrets. I've held on to their but I can't anymore. It's like I gotta shed all of this, which I find very interesting. Wow. Your challenge is the truth. You know, what does that mean? It means that, first of all, a truth in reverse is lies. So right away, I'm like, you've been dealing with, either you've been lying to yourself, which is a big thing, and I've seen that everywhere. You've been lying to yourself, or you're tired of lying to everyone around you, or you're tired of these people lying to you as well. You know, there's like so many ways, aspects to look at this, but this is a lot to carry. And you're done. You're done. Because lying to yourself is the biggest one, by the way. And we do that all the time. Humans lie to ourselves all the time. About our relationships, about our jobs, about our children, or about our family, about everything. We're like, no, we're perfect. I'm perfect. Everything is perfect. You know, like, oh. And then it's like in your face. And you have to face it with the moon. So I feel like the moon showed its ugly, showed the ugly colors of people around you. And it showed its ugly colors of you too. You had to see some ugly things about you. You know, that you had to say, but which are beautiful, by the way, right? Because it's just a polarity. If it's ugly, it's beautiful, it's good. If it's bad, it's the same. It's just that this world is like always separated and divided. So whatever was coming up, you were so busy trying to discard it that it was like, come on, we just need to release, and it's okay. And you created a little bit of imbalance. And a lot of you didn't know you were doing that, but you were doing that because you were hiding from the truth, or you weren't facing it, or you were allowing other people to lie to you, like direct in your face. And then you're like, okay, I'm done. And this is you being done. I love it. I really do. This is a huge one for you because it's because when we're up against energies like this who are manipulating, because the moon is a manipulative energy as well. It manipulates the emotions, right? The waves. And this is like temperance energy in reverse, is also a kind of energy of someone who is playing with your mind and playing with your heart and playing with everything around you. And then you start to like doubt yourself. You start to doubt your truth. You start to doubt your, maybe it's all me, maybe it's my fault. I guess it's, you know, like you start to look at things like take things personally. Take things, this is an ugly energy. Oh my god. It's not ugly, but it's like beautiful in the same way. I don't want you to take this badly. I just feel like it's a purge that is going through. You're going through a massive purge, Capricorn. I'm so excited to see this, but it's enough now. It's enough you taking on other people's stupidities. It's also enough you taking on other people's lies. And it's enough you lying to yourself about these people. It's like a embroiled, it's like a hot mess here. What I see right here. Fire and water too. Like it's like, ugh. You know, it extinguishes it and comes out alive. And extinguishes it and comes out alive because it's like constantly, it's also you maybe not even wanting to face it, right? And you're like, no, I want to push it aside. So everybody's pushing everything aside and everything is not being expressed fully. And it's coming out in emotional rage for some. And it's coming out in bursts of like hate and anger. You know, this is what's coming up here. And then what you're moving towards, we saw this, is the Eight of Crystals, which is the Eight of Pentacles, which is a Virgo energy, which is about you moving into a self-care routine, which is you focusing on work, focusing on your projects, focusing on your home, focusing on your, like a new home that you might be moving into, a new job, a new like hobby that you might start. But Eight of Pentacles, she takes the time. You see, she's juggling here, but she's still. There's no movement. There's like I'm going to hone in on what I love to do. I'm going to stop this. I can't handle this anymore. And Virgo energy is all about self-care. I'm going to create a self-care routine where I go to the spa once a week, where I take care of myself. Who cares what everybody else thinks? Because I got to do this. I need my sanity. I'm going to make a lot of money with the Eight of Pentacles. Also, I want to tell you that Jupiter is in Taurus, which is your earth sign, your friend. So until June, and it's all about financial abundance. And then Uranus is in Taurus as well until November 2025, which is all about you moving into, you know, into innovative projects, you opening, expanding your mind and your horizons. And I feel like that's what's coming up for you, because you've been played, and you're playing in too many weird fields, and you've lost yourself here a little bit, Capricorn. You've lost your truth, has like been embroiled in other people's energy, and it's not comfortable for me to see this. But it's like you're like coming out and saying, okay, it's now, I gotta work on me, right? 8 is courage and bravery and strength. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna start focus on making money for me and my children if I have children. Or I'm going to start like taking care of me, because really that's what's important here. And you can't take care of anyone else if you don't take care of yourself first. That's the golden rule. What's coming is radical honesty. Wow, you got truth as your challenge. This is amazing. To believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. Wow. That is what's happening right now in the world. Like, to believe in what this movie is going on, it's illusion. Everyone else telling you how you should react and how you should respond and how you should be and how you should talk and how you should. It's like, I got to be honest with myself, for myself, by myself, right? And I got to stop falling into the trap of all these people that are being completely dishonest with me. But also, I really do feel that you're lying to yourself a lot. You have in the past. About people, about places, about situations. People have played with you emotionally. They've taken advantage of you. You need to be careful, Capricorn, because as soon as you feel that, this is a sign from the universe saying, what are you doing? Why are you subjecting yourself to this? This year, we need you to focus and hone in on your craft, right? On your abilities and your skills, and your gifts. And one of them is being honest with yourself. Not playing in the game, not playing in the Monopoly game out here, not playing in the Matrix, the illusion, the facade. Don't stop playing in it. Get real, Capricorn. And that's how you will survive this. And that's how you will excel. Hone in, Capricorn is the 10th house of career and ambition. That's what you guys love and care about. And a little bit of structure as well. But I'm asking you to lay down some of that structure of yours, because that's not going to work in the Aquarius era. And really start trusting yourself a little bit more and not allow this kind of energy around you to bring you down, because you're not here to appease to people. You're not here to make other people happy. You're here to make yourself happy, which in turn makes other people happy because you're the mirror. I really love this energy for you. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. Getting radically honest with yourself is a very important step for humanity, because we cannot remain in this bullshit. And I'm not even gonna, no, real, it is bullshit. It's all a lie. And then we're having to navigate the energies of all the liars. No, enough. Stand in your truth, people. You got this. I feel like this year is about you and your dreams, and your visions of life, of where home and family, but also your work, your projects, and your schooling. It's going towards where you want to go, not where your parents want you to go, your partners, your friends, the society, the BS around you. Not that BS. You. Honing in on what you love and letting go of this kind of emotional manipulation that's been around you for the longest time. All right, Capricorn. Happy birthday, by the way. I didn't wish you happy birthday at all in all of the readings. So I have angel answers. You can ask 2 questions and I'll give you 2 answers since it's your birthday. So the first one is divine timing, if you want to come up with a timing question. And that one, I'm going to give you another one. Okay, those are the ones. So, number 1 is the timing. If you haven't thought about it, pause, but it's within the next few months. And think Sagi got this, or anyways. The question is, the answer is ask your angels and no. I almost feel like it's a big no, whatever it is, and ask your angels to confirm. That's what I said the last time. So this is your message, Capricorn. It's a big one, but I love it. And I hope that this resonates with you and you take something from this. Check your rising and your moon. Also, big thank you to Dawn for being a Ko-fi member. If you'd like to support me on a monthly basis, feel free to click on the link below. And also for those who have bought my notebook, which is Capricorns, tailored to Capricorns. But it's fun, it's interactive, and you can, when you buy it, please write an Amazon review if you like it. If you don't like it, don't write a review. All right. Enjoy your birthday season and enjoy the family holidays and all of that. Love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Aquarius. So, I'm lost. I got lost in my thoughts. I want to thank Rekha for being an amazing Ko-fi member. If you are a Ko-fi, if you like to support me on a monthly basis or a one-off basis, you can just join my Ko-fi. Click the link of Ko-fi below. And also, my Aquarius notebooks are on sale on Amazon. Feel free to buy them to support me as well. You can leave an Amazon review if it's good, of course. And let's get into this reading. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see what we need to leave behind and what is coming forward for us. So what you're leaving behind, whether it was 2024 or beyond, is the Justice and Three of Wands card. I find this really interesting. So I'm going to start with the Justice that we found, that I showed on Instagram, Facebook. Justice is an energy of truth, right? Seeking truth, which is like the judge, jury, whatever. It's like finding balance in your lives, finding the balance with your relationships, with your career, trying to like dig a little deeper, you know, get clarity on things, you know, be more reflective about certain areas of your life. But it could also be divorce, separation, marriage, you know, there could be also these kinds of that's happened in your life. You know, I almost feel like you, with the Justice card showing up, is, you know, a lot of you maybe fought for justice in this past few years. You've been fighting for the justice of humanity for the past 5 years, or whatever it is. It's something that has required a lot of your energy. You know, and I know that, you know, the past 5 years has required a lot of our energy. But the Three of Wands is an interesting, it's an Aries, this Libra is Aries. And this is like leaving, departure, destination, you know. You made a choice in Two of Wands and now you've left. So I almost look at this, the two of these together, and I say, you're leaving behind, you know, choices that you made within your old marriages or even present marriages or partnerships. You know, maybe some of you have left a partnership. Maybe some of you have you know what? You might be midway and there's like music now. It's because I forgot there's music, so I went to put music on. Okay, so you're leaving behind. You know, when I think of Aries with this card, there are, you know, Libra and Aries, they're both the cardinal signs, and you're a fixed sign. And cardinal signs are the initiators, you know, they're the ones that create the strategy, right? I almost feel like that's what it is. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. This could be like you coming up with a strategic plan, you know, coming up with organizing structures in your life, organizing your life so that you're ready to move into the next chapter. You know, like you're being Aquarius right now. You're getting humanity ready for the next step, and you're kind of like this is what you've been doing. You've been uncovering truths. You've been revealing the truths of like the facade world, or even within your relationship, with your jobs, with your thing. You've been making a lot of moves. Interesting, Aquarius. I love it. Your challenge is patience. Hilarious. 1000%. I mean, you're an air sign. It's like you want things to happen right now. I decided this, and why isn't it happening now? So it's like we all know at this point in our stage in our lives that nothing's going to happen according to the way you've set it up. You could set up, you can organize, you can structure everything, and it's not going to happen because you decided it's going to happen. It's going to happen because it's in your path. It's part of your destiny. It's part of your contract, right? It's part of your blueprint. So like we can all give that up. If we could just, humanity could just give it up. Let's say, oh, this is what I needed. I set out and I did it, Sabrina. Awesome. But you did it because it was part of your plan. Like, otherwise it wasn't because you did the extra work. And no. It's all like, and sometimes most of the time we set out and it doesn't work. It fails. And then we go into that spiral of like, I'm a failure, I'm a this, I'm a that. And it's like, can you just trust that what you did here, yes, it's starting you into something else, but maybe you wanted it yesterday and it's not going to happen. And I kind of like, you have the King of Wands as what's coming for you. And the King of Wands is this powerful, charismatic leader. Now, Leo, so on the zodiac wheel, Leo is the opposite sign of Aquarius. And what I love about this, yeah, whatever. And so they got the King of Swords, Aquarius, as their future, which is, and you got them, Leo. So I kind of love that. I showed up and I was like, wow, you're kind of working together. And, Leo, Aquarius, you guys are opposite. That means that you trigger each other. You have, what you lack, Leo has, and what Leo lacks is what you have. So you're working together, really. And here, I feel like you've this 2024 or 2020 or 2010 or whatever this means for you, like whatever that you've been working on for the longest time, structuring your life, structuring your relationship, finding a way to like, not. And when I say structure, I don't see you as very in the box. Anyways, a little bit outside the box, but creating in your own way, moving a little impatiently, wanting things to happen fast. But the King of Wands, like, hey, thank you so much, because right now you've set up a framework, almost a blueprint for me. So now I'm going to step up into my leadership role. And that's what you're doing, Aquarius. You're getting ready to step it up, level up. Taurus kind of has the same energy. So does Leo. And I kind of love this because we're all like, Taurus is plays a big part. Jupiter and Uranus are in Taurus for 2025, playing a big part for everybody, for all of humanity. And you too, you're like, Pluto's in Aquarius, right? Period. So we're all working together to break free from this old structures, right? And here you are, like, developing new ways of unveiling the truth, and also new ways of organizing communities or whatever it is. I love this. I really do. Just be patient a little bit more, because it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. And perspective is what's coming up for you. A calm and clear mind is free to see differently. Exactly. And that's so beautiful, because the patience is here. It's like can you just trust? Can you just trust what's coming up? For a lot of you, like, I know a lot of you have, like, are going through a lot. You're within your relationships, but also with your health, and also with money situations, and everything has been felt so topsy-turvy for all of humanity, right? And here, like, unbeknownst to you, your blueprint is creating structures for you. Like maybe you had to lose all your money, and maybe you had to fall in poor health, and maybe you had to lose that relationship, and maybe you had to lose that friendship, and maybe you had to lose your mind. You had to do all this and this to start anew. We definitely have to do that. That's looking at it differently. Like someone reached out to me today and they're like, I'm going crazy, Sabrina. I feel like I'm insane. And I said, and I stopped my recording and I wrote a voice note to her because she's not insane. That's exactly what the insanity is, the breakdown of all that we think we know to be true, but it isn't. So that's why the King of Wands is like, let's just step into this power that we are without knowing necessarily what to expect. Like, but I like this card. This is like the Hangman energy. It's like hang on a tree upside down like Odin did, and like with very much a calm mind. No thoughts. No what if, how can, none of that. And just trust. Trust that you're where you're supposed to be at. Trust that you're supposed to have a rash on your skin at this moment in time because it's breaking out. Your body is trying to detoxify. Trust that you're not supposed to be in that relationship and it keeps breaking up and you keep bringing it back together and it's like we're not supposed to be together. Trust that the project that you worked on that failed and it keeps failing all the time, that it's not supposed to be that you're supposed to be doing something else. Trust it. Because trust me, the universe has your back. God has your back. Source has your back. You are moving into something completely new. And you know that as well as I. And stop being so impatient about it because it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, not according to your schedule. All right. All right, Aquarius. I have an answer to a question. So think of the answer, please. This is the answer. Perfect timing. So whatever you're thinking of doing, perfection. Let's do it. I love this energy. King of Wands, it says a Leo. You know that. It's like a Pisces. It's the Hangman, if that's important to you. But literally, everything you're setting up everything you unconsciously and subconsciously have set up your life already. Which is what I'm seeing. And by being impatient, by wanting things right now, is when you start to change things up. You know that, right? We all know that. We all know that we're like, we make choices on these paths, and then the universe comes in and like puts an obstacle, and then we look at it and we're like, no, and we jump over it and we say, no, I got this, no, and they put another obstacle in it, whatever it is. A cheating husband, a lying wife, an accident, whatever, spillage of the dishwasher. Everything is a sign saying, hey, you're over, like you're getting too emotional about this. Hence the spillage of the water. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, pay attention. Like I kicked my a pitcher of water that I had by mistake, of course, and I right away I was like, oh my god, money's coming in, and they're like 100,000%. Like, yay, okay, woo, I don't know when, but yeah, it's great. So I'm trusting. I know that I always say this in the videos, and you're like, yeah, okay, trust Sabrina. I'm like, I really do though, because when you let go of the expectations and when you let go of these like outcomes is when things start to move in. But if you still have it there and you still don't think that you're healthy and you still don't think that you're rich and you still don't think that, then you're going to hit those lessons. But you're moving into the King of Wands, and go reach out to a Leo maybe or a King of Wands in your life. That can help you through this. But I think it's you. I really believe it's you stepping into your power. All right, my beautiful Aquarius. I love you. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also like, share, comment, subscribe, and super thanks me if you can. Have a happy holidays. I don't think I'll be seeing you next week, but I'll let you know in a reel or a story. All right. Love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Pisces. So what I'm doing here is showing you what you're going to leave behind and what you're moving towards. And, interesting, what you're leaving behind is the Emperor, which I frickin' love, and the Page of Cups. So I want to show you this one first. The Emperor is, to me, this matrix, right? Or it's the structure, it's the limited belief systems, it's the limited way of looking at life. And I don't want to take away from the Emperor, because the Emperor is like a loyal, like king of all kings as well. But when I see it in the card readings and you're trying to let go, you could be letting go of a controlling person in your life. It could be a man, could be a woman, but someone who has a lot of like maybe helicopter-ish with you, someone who is manipulative, you know, very ego, narcissist. That could be very much this as well. But it also could be an old way of thinking, an old version of yourself, you know, the old way of like following the rules, and like it's like we're not there anymore. The Emperor doesn't fit, you know. And I hate to say it, but the age of Pisces was all about that. It was about control and authoritarian. Yeah, you understand. Authority. There we go. And it was all about discipline and following and being a sheep and being like, you know. And that's like kind of what you're leaving behind, which is interesting because we are in the age of Aquarius at this moment in time. We're leaving behind the age of Pisces. And the Page of Cups is children. You know, some of you might be, you know, maybe your kids are moving away. That could be that. Or the Page of Cups is also like a naive way of looking at love. It's a messenger, you know, it's a... Okay, I'm curious to see this. I have to say this. It's like, this is like a woman is watching and she's leaving behind her husband and grown children, perhaps. I really don't know, but that could be a literal thing. But it doesn't have to be. I just feel like it also feels to me that the family structure is not wow, like you're leaving behind the old family structure to move into something completely new. It's all possible to me. I feel like there's this, you know, the Page of Cups is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, by the way, and this is an Aries. And I kind of feel, I clicked something in my head. This is like inner child work. And maybe you work with a psychologist, or maybe you work with someone, a therapist, and it doesn't have to be the both together. They don't have to be together. They can be separate. But there's a lot of like emotional openness. You know, you've explored a lot of your deep trauma and wounds in a structured kind of way. And now you're saying it's time to release myself from this. You know, like, I almost like, it's like, not every Pisces is going through this, and not every Pisces has seek professional help. But I almost feel like it's this, that there's a resurgence of you, a rebirth coming up here for you, because you are starting to learn more about yourself and falling in love a little bit more with yourself, and owning your inner child and the trauma and the wounds. And some of it may have been caused by a paternal or a maternal figure in your life. Hence this. Could have been caused by, you know, professionals, teachers, you know, whatever, heads of, or bosses, or people like very authoritative energy that have caused this turmoil within you, this inner you know, mental health, emotional trauma within you, and you're releasing this. It's a big one. Okay, your challenge is transformation, which is this change. So a lot of people, when we move through these really deep traumas, we attach ourselves to the people that traumatized us. And it's like a weird relationship, right? And it's almost because you, at one point, you feel bad about what happened to you, right? It's like a victim. It's almost like an interest, like a. Anyways, it's too convoluted to go right now, but I have to show you what you're moving towards, and it's the same thing as your challenge, transformation. So what's happening here is almost like you're back in the cocoon and feeling uncomfortable, and you've done so much work in this discomfort in this past year, past years, you know, like this to me is like 2020 right here, right? And this is the aftermath of 2020. It's all this emotional crap that you had to deal with that came up. And then now you're like hanging on a little bit, you know, oh no, I don't want to, like, I don't know what to do with this. I want to release it for sure, Sabrina, but now that means I have to move into an unknown, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that. And it's like, let it go. And I hate to say this, but forgive the emperors in your life. Forgive them, for they are part of your journey. Every single one of them, no matter how ugly the act or how ugly the energy, you chose them to be in your life, to treat you this way, to make you feel this way, so that you could release them, and that you could see for yourself that this is no longer necessary in my life. And people are controlling and manipulative around you. That's like huge. That's hard to get away. These are narcissists that we deal with, gaslighters. It's hard to move away from that. But from what I see here is that you have it in you, Pisces, to let go, and you've done the work. And now it's time for you. It's time for Phoenix to burn and come out of these ashes. It's time for you to renew, right? Rejuvenation, refresh, all of the re's. Let's do this. Stop holding on to whatever this is. You know, we don't want to be victims. We don't want to hold on to that. We don't want to hold on. We're not attached to that anymore. It's done. It's over. We cannot go back to it. And I'm sure it comes up once in a while. And when it comes up once in a while, you forgive it. You release it. You let it go. And you realize, I'm just in a story. That's what I keep telling myself. I'm just in a story. This is just a story, Sabrina. So don't attach to the story. I'm so much bigger than this. I am glow brighter than this. I am a freaking star in a human body, having a human experience. This is just a story. Wow, my God. I can't believe this. Metamorphosis. So lots of change coming for you, Pisces. Power and strength within our surrender to change. Lie within our surrender to change. So get ready, 2025, my beautiful fish, because you're in for a massive surprise. You're like moving into something beautiful. I want to tell you also that Saturn and Neptune is in Pisces. I wrote it down because I wasn't sure. And it's all about establishing emotional boundaries and bringing structure to creative projects. So how beautiful is that? Neptune is your planet, and Saturn rules Capricorn. It's coming into Pisces. It's like you releasing that Saturnian energy and moving into this Neptunian energy, which is change, which is really trusting your dreams, your visions, trusting yourself, trusting that where you're moving towards is part of your blueprint. It's no more this. This is like an old structure that cannot exist within your framework anymore. It cannot exist within your Merkaba, which is your magnetic field. It cannot. And stop resisting the change. Surrender to it. Allow it. Allow the unknown to come up and for you to move into that. You are here to release your inner wounds and to forgive the emperors and the empresses of your life. because you chose them to get you to this place of rebirth and awakening and resurrection and whatever it is that you see it as. It's really beautiful. Anyways, wow. I really feel like with these 3 cards here showing up, you're going to see some like big changes, like pivotal ones in your relationships, in your careers, in your finances, like big. And you must be feeling it. So don't fear the change. We have angel answers. So think of a question. Nice. The answer is no need to worry. Why? Because we're taking care of you every step of the way, even with this energy here. This is an energy of making you feel small, and you are not small. And you got to get ready to transform into that beautiful butterfly that you are. Are you ready for that? All right, my beautiful fish. I love you. And check your rising and your moon for the messages. Also, feel free to, I got my Pisces notebook out on Amazon, so check that out with all the little like cute phrases and slogans and interactive stuff tailored to Pisces. And also, yeah, click on the link if you want to support me on a monthly basis with Ko-fi. And I won't be seeing you next week. I'll be seeing you soon, though. I'm taking a week off. I love you, and I'll see you soon.